Welcome to Joint Attention Jam Fest. I'm excited that you are here. We're going to be talking about how to use joint attention and how to use a book, a toy, and a song in your next therapy session. I have a special guest for you today, my daughter. Come on in and say hi. Come on in and say hi. Colette, say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, I'm a little late because we were at piano and actually someone stopped me and was asking me about ABA speech, which was kind of fun. So welcome to Joint Attention Jam Fest. I'm excited that you're here. And today I'm talking all about the framework for using joint attention. So we know joint attention, which is the enjoyment of a shared activity with usually a client, your own child, and a therapist, is a really important foundational skill for more complex communication. So I'm excited that you're here. Let me know in the comments if you're tuning in as a therapist, as a parent, and all of that yet. Ooh, somebody had a good question. Did you email the PD winners yet? I did not, but I'm going to be working on that honestly tomorrow and Wednesday, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day, big day. But yeah, so I'm kind of working on that. So we did have a PD challenge and I'm excited about that. So thank you for entering that. So the first thing I want to talk about is Pete the cat. Oh, a mom. Thanks for joining in, Melissa. So I love using books in therapy from Connecticut. Love it. I love using books in therapy. And one of my favorite books is Pete the cat. I love Pete the cat. No matter what book you use, make sure you are using your own voice. This is so very important. Ooh, RBT and SLPA student. I love that. So use your own voice and be energetic. Everybody's level of energetic is going to be different. You may look at my videos and say, whoa, tone it down, Rose. Turn it down a notch. But you just want to be energetic. So I'm not going to read the whole book, but if you haven't done Pete the Cat, it's a really fun book. And if you haven't done it in a while, it's a really fun one. So I like to do the same book with my students, usually 3 weeks in a row, if they're getting speech therapy every week, if they're getting speech therapy each week. So what's fun about this book is that it is like a song as well. So Pete gets himself into lots of trouble. And so I may use an energetic voice to read this book. So it might sound like this. Oh no, Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. So I love this story because it does have colors, which some kids love, and that could be a special interest. So they might be motivated to engage with it. I also love it because it's like a book and a song all wrapped into one, which is very, very fun. So if you haven't used Pete the Cat in a while, or if you haven't heard of it, it's a really, really fun book. So remember, no matter what book you choose, that you use a simplistic book, that you use your own voice. That's so very important when we're connecting with our students, and that you make it fun. So you want to say things like, oh, we're going to read Pete the Cat. I can't wait to read you this book. That's what we want to say. We want to make it fun. We don't want to, I repeat, we don't want to say things like time to read, sit quiet, your body's quiet. We don't want to say things like that. If our student gets up, if we start reading and our learner gets up from the area, that's okay. We're just going to make a note of how long they were engaged with us. And can we get them back engaged and excited about this activity? Not every student's going to love every book that you talk about. That's why I've been coming live every single week to talk about a variety of different books and a variety of different songs and toys too. So this week on Joint Attention Jam Fest, I wanted to share all about one of my very, very favorite books, and one that I start with often, Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Kind of like the OG, the original book. Okay, the song that I want to share, last week we talked about the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which is fun because it has motions. Okay. The song that I want to share this week is Five Green and Speckled Frogs. Five green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. Now, those are the motions that I do. I made that face in the beginning because I have to subject you to me singing, which I apologize in advance. But Five Green and Speckled Frogs is very, very fun because once again, we have motions that we can model for our students. So let's say that we have a student who's not yet speaking and they are wanting to participate. So maybe they do the eating. So we say, five green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. Those are just my motions, okay? So if you're like, I do not sing it that way, that's okay. We're talking about joint attention. Welcome to Joint Attention Jam Fest. So if you sing it a different way, that's fine. Another thing, if you're not super familiar with Five Green and Speckled Frogs, if you're tuning in and you're a parent, and maybe you're an accountant like my sister, I always bring that up. She didn't know all the words to all these songs. So you can Google it, look it up on YouTube, watch somebody else sing it. Plug from a YouTube channel. If you didn't know, I have a YouTube channel now, ABA Speech. Please go check it out. I just dropped my first video and it's been getting lots of love, which makes me feel good. So I'm going to be talking more in depth over there about joint attention, about a lot of these things I've been chatting about here. But also I'm going to be sharing videos that you can actually use with your students in therapy. So ABA Speech, YouTube. So Five Green and Speckled Frogs, really, really fun song. And why that's a fun song, let's say that you have a student who's not yet speaking. You can model the motions for that student. That student, maybe they can do one of the motions, and you're also working on imitation. You're working on imitation in a very fun way, in the natural environment, in a play-based way, instead of this old antiquated way of doing a motion and having the student do it after you. That's not meaningful for our students. So working on imitation, working on joint attention, all within this activity of a song is very, very child-led, can be very fun, and can be a nice way for a student to learn. Okay, so we talked about Pete the Cat. We talked about Five Green and Speckled Frogs. I'm not going to sing for you again. You do not want to be subjected to that. The last thing I want to talk about is the toy. The toy that I absolutely love, that is my best kept secret for working on joint attention, is mini objects. Oh yeah, mini objects. Now, you can get mini objects anywhere. I don't know where you're tuning in from. Well, I know somebody said they're tuning in from Connecticut. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments. I'm here in Ohio. So we have a really cool store called Five Below. Five Below is a really fun store. It's very inexpensive. My daughter, we've been like deep cleaning my basement. She just found some super fun erasers that we got at Five Below that are like mini objects. Okay. We also, I'm very lucky, we have a Lakeshore Learning by my house. So here at ABA Speech, I actually just stepped away from one-on-one therapy. I have another team member doing that because I'm just really busy. But when I was treating students in their home, I bought this activity, which I love, Building Language Lotto. Building Language Lotto. This is one of my favorite activities. And why I love it, I want to show you what the mini objects look like, is that there's just mini objects in here. So kids tend to really love mini objects, and there's so many things that you could do with a mini object. You could put the mini object into a bag. I'm looking around for a bag. I don't have one right now. You could put a mini object even into your hand, right? Sometimes we have to be flexible, and we could say, oh, Miss Rose has something. I have something fun. And you hold your hand out, and maybe the student comes to get it. And this is where that joint attention piece comes in, that social reciprocity. The student's looking at you, the student's looking at the object, and maybe then you can hand it to the student too. Okay, shoe. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, Miss Rose has, this is one of the kids' favorites. Miss Rose has something fun for you. I have a toy for you. And so by saying that, we don't want to say the student's name either. We just want to make it seem like it's a fun activity, that you have a surprise, and you open it and there it is. And if your student is saying some first words, they might know what this object is. Maybe they say cookie, Or maybe you sign cookie. Mini objects. I also want to show you just what this activity looks like. So mini objects can be used for a variety of different things for joint attention. You can put mini objects in a little bag. You can put them in your hand if you forgot your bag. You can be flexible, and it's really nice because it gets into the essence of joint attention, right? I have an object. The student is looking at the object. They're looking at me. We're having engagement. We're having a moment where they're excited about this activity. And this is really what lays down the foundation for more complex communication, which is so exciting. This activity is really fun though, Language Building Lotto, because it has this. And I talk about this in Start Communicating Today, my 5-hour ASHA approved and ACE course. And then what I would do for a student, so this, I like to use this for mini objects, and that's what I was talking about today with you. But since I have you on here, I want to show you how I like to use it too. So you can work on matching this way. Cow. Student matches cow. Okay, there's the cow. Ooh, horse. And they match the horse. So this can be really nice as well for that. And then if you have more students that have different learning styles or different levels of learning, this also has blank. So you can do on the farm. So I've worked with some students who are autistic learners and we're working on early matching. Or maybe I'm using my mini objects for joint attention, like I'm talking about today, a shared activity. And then maybe I go to my next student and my next student is working on the R sound, but they want to do something fun. So we may categorize too. So if you haven't heard of this, this is a really fun game called Language Building Lotto. Language Building Lotto. I just love it. It was a little expensive. I think it was $40, which to me is kind of expensive, but it's really nice. It's nice because I can use it for matching. I can use it for students just for fun if I have a different type of student. And I can use it because it has super fun mini objects as well, which we were talking about tonight for joint attention. So many, these were glasses. So I have had this about a year. So the glasses bit the dust. Somebody got the glasses, but that's okay. Everything else is really intact. Look how cute this little stool is. It's just the cutest, right? How cute is this? And this little crab, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I like therapy materials. So Joint Attention Jam Fest, very, very important. Joint attention, such an important foundational skill. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. I've been coming live every single week. This month, it's on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you haven't seen the whole Joint Attention Jam Fest, you can watch it in its entirety. I put these right on my feed so you can see it. And joint attention is such an important skill for us to work on with our students, whether they're younger or older. And really, we want to think of it as a shared activity. We're doing an activity together. We're working on social reciprocity. And we can do that by using books, music, and tonight I talked about mini objects. If you want to hear more longer videos about, not super long, I mean, they're 5 or 6 minutes, about joint attention, about speech therapy and ABA, visit me over on YouTube at ABA Speech. YouTube ABA Speech. So I'm going to be dropping a new video every single week so you can get your ABA Speech fill there. I really am starting to love YouTube and putting those videos together. So I hope that you'll go over and give that a look. I just posted a new video last week. I'm trying to think tomorrow. No, we have a training on Friday, actually the 17th. So if you're working in a school or you're a parent, a lot of people have that as a PD day. So I'm doing a free to register training all about functional skills, functional goal setting for autistic learners across the lifespan. So it's free to register, and this is an ASHA course. So this one is made for speech therapists, for CEUs, but anybody can register. So it's free to register, and you can get a general certificate live. It's $15 if you want your ASHA CEUs, and I share that information on Friday. So that is Friday, this Friday, at noon Eastern. And then the following week on the 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are doing an ASHA and an ACE course all about AAC, which is very exciting, with Dr. Cindy Gavarter. She was on my podcast, Autism Outreach, and she is a wealth of information. So we have a lot of really cool things coming up. I'm excited that you were here. I'm coming live every single Monday in February for Joint Attention Jam Fest. And today we talked all about using Pete the cat. We talked about 5 green and speckled frogs, and we talked all about mini objects. Someone asked, did we contact the free PD giveaway winners? We haven't done that yet. I'm going through that. We're picking the winners, and you will be notified probably towards the end of this week. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, remember to keep things fun and functional. And if you have a question, hit me up in my DMs. Bye, everyone.